All right, shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. We up in this thing, Sports Coma. Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Get your prop bets in at FanDuel. And this one, man, we're going to talk about the Saints looking at another tight end in the draft, perhaps, to kind of help out in our tight end room. And, of course, man, it's very interesting because if you take a look at what we're dealing with in our tight end room right now, you can see Noah Fant, Juwan Johnson, Matavo there. Zaire Mitchell-Payton, a guy we picked up last year who had some interest. Mason Pline was another interesting player, athletic guy, big guy, 6'7", 260 from Furman. He got hurt early and was shelved. And then Trayton Welch, who's more of a receiver that did some positive things in training camp and in a limited capacity. But with that being said, the Saints are still looking to improve that position going into the future. And this is what has been said. Shout out to Saints Illustrated, or Saints on Sports Illustrated. Members of the Saints front office already had a formal dinner with Georgia Tech tight end Oscar Delp before the pro day. According to on SI reported Friday night, it seems very interested in another tight end who could be drafted as early as day 2. And it'd be like, why would we take a tight end with the second round pick? You know, because Oscar Delp is going to be going anywhere between this round 2 and 3. He's a solid tight end. And it'll be interesting to see where he does intend to go. But in the end, it'll be interesting to see how the Saints do. And like I said, the Saints, some of these draft picks might not make sense when it starts happening with the Saints strictly because the Saints are operating on BPA, best player available strategy, which eliminates the reach philosophy, which you got to reach the players. That's when you start getting in trouble. So this is something the Saints could be utilizing. Plus, if you take a look at the tight end room the Saints currently possess, they have Noah Fant on the 2-year deal. I think we still have a couple of years left on Juwan Johnson's contract, and we have underneath that, Matavo has a couple of years, maybe 3 years left on his rookie deal. And then Zaire Mitchell-Payton, Mason Pline, Trayton Welch, all these guys got like a year left on their contract, and they're basically young, inexperienced tight ends that we don't know what they can do. So the Saints smartly, knowing the void, not having voided years of strategy, we covered that on our other show, bet into the contracts because they're going to allow a lot of this voided money to simply be absorbed over the next couple of years where there'll be no dead money contracts, and the Saints will reset the team heading forward where they don't have to kick the can. The kick the can will be eliminated. I didn't believe it at first, but it definitely is the case with Kai Harley in there, and they have these this combination of former of GMs in there all thinking and creating strategy along with Mickey Loomis, the team that he assembled. So he has a cabinet of cabinet of former GMs that's working with him, that are providing good strategy, and it's working because the Saints are now moving in a realm where no dead money. You don't have to restructure from 100 million, 60, 80 million, 60 million, 50 million. You see what I'm saying? All that stuff seems to be in the past for the Saints going into the future. So it's very good. But anyway, let's look at what this could be. And the reason why I'm saying that is twofold, because listen, if the Saints hit on the draft and they are able to this draft and last year's draft and this current draft in 2026 with the 8 picks, the Saints can underpin the team with a very talented team that can take them into the future. Remember, in another 2 years, you're going to be having to pay your quarterback. Right now, we got a really young, good quarterback who is making, what a second round guy going to make, a second round pick is going to make in the second year of his agreement. Become years 3 and 4, there's going to be an uptick, you best believe, in money you're going to have to pay them. So the Saints want to be in position for when that happens so they can be ready to do that, where they pay the quarterback and he still has a talented team. The Saints have a window. They want to operate with them. Cam Jordan understands that. That's why he wants a multiple-year contract with the Saints. We'll see how they all go. But in terms of this episode, let's kind of look right into it because Saints appear to be searching for their next tight end. The Saints have shown significant interest in former Utah tight end Dallen Bentley, a source tells Sports Illustrated. New Orleans is one of several teams that have conducted multiple interviews with Bentley, who could be drafted as early as day 2 of the NFL draft. Bentley ran an unofficial 4.5 at 40 at the Utah Pro Day and a 4.11 in the short shuttle. both significantly faster than the times he did at the combine in Indianapolis. His pro day shuttle would have ranked him number one among the tight ends at the Indianapolis event. Another team that's shown considerable interest in Bentley, according to a source, is the Lions, who only have one pick in day 2. Bentley has also met with 32 teams during the draft process, so it's a lot of interest. Now, Bentley broke out Utah in 2025, catching 48 passes for over 600 yards, 6 total touchdowns. He also earned a 78.2 PFF receiving grade, which ranked him 6th in the nation among 199 eligible tight ends. Some draft sites consider Bentley a player who could be picked late on day 3 of the draft, although a source mentioned that multiple teams viewed him as someone who might be selected early in day 3 at the latest. The NFL draft process is demanding with a lot of different information, but teams appear to be interested in what Bentley can contribute at the next level. The Saints hold picks number 42 and 73 on day 2 and will the Saints hold number 42 and 73 on day 2 and will have to wait until the end of the 4th round to make their first selection on day 3. That could be a sweet spot for Bentley if he makes it that far. Probably he won't, but there is a lot of people that are definitely interested in getting this guy. Like we talked about the Saints having already meet with Oscar Delp, and now they looking at Dallen Bentley. This could be they're definitely looking to upgrade the tight end position. Now, like I talked about, we have guys. We have Matavo, who's a guy we just picked up in the back. He was one of the 7th-round draft picks. Him along with our tight defensive end, Fadil Diggs, who we picked up later, and he got involved in games later in the year and actually did a good job of blocking. He's 6'6", 6'7", big guy that can be a red zone weapon, but still very much raw in terms of what the Saints are doing, and they're looking just to bring more talent into the tight end room, and he seems to be rated pretty high. So let's take a look at his NFL card so you guys can see what's some. All right. Here's the card for Mr. Dallen Bentley, as it showed according to NFL Scouting Combine, that ranks him at a prospect grade of 5.84, which they consider an average backup or special teamer, right? So his numbers, like I said, his pro day was a lot better. 6'4", 6'5", 250 plus pounds, good arm length there, 4'6", We talked about his number going up a lot higher than what he ran at the combine. And Lance Zierlein of NFL Network gave this interview. His overview rather, with just 3 catches over the first 2 seasons. Bentley's 48 grabs in 2025 came as a surprise. He has the build of an inline tight end, but mostly uses his size to occupy defenders inside of digging into blocks. A heavy portion of his catches came against zone, so he will need to redefine that route running and contested catch technique to prove he can win on his own. Now, Bentley's NFL future could depend on his ability to play with more tenacity and technique as a run blocker, since his catch production from 25 might not translate. So they consider some of his big strengths as he's a big target with long wingspan, adequate timing to the linebackers on the workup blocks. He can cover and stay engaged at the second level, extend and adjust to get those high throws, to high point those balls, above average focus to bring passes in. Hands are soft but sticky with few unforced drops, which is good. No concentration drops like that. His weaknesses need to work quicker inside with his hands as a run blocker, inconsistent fitting and run blocks with proper positioning. Got to do better there. So as you can see, he has to do a better blocking better on his game in terms of being a blocker. He's more on the wide receiver and a receiver, more tight end tight end than he is as a blocker. He has to kind of balance off his game right there. Has the size, has to get more technique, more technically sound in his blocking aspect, which we have a good tight end coach who should be able to do that for Dallen Bentley. So is Bentley on the line? He could be one of the guys that the Saints could be looking at. We talked about guys like Oscar Delp. The Saints met with them, and Dallen Bentley now. So where is he at in that range? Will he be available at the back of the 3rd round? Come to think about it, he probably would be available in the 4th round. But like I said, the Saints have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds, so they're going to get some players. They're going to get different players at different positions. You might be able to get one there. What you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section what you think about Dallen Bentley and his game. Throw us some stuff in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about the tight end position as a whole. Do you think we'll benefit from having a guy like this, or he'll just be buried amongst the rest of these other tight ends we have? Let me know in the comment section. With that being said, shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Get your prop bets in at FanDuel. Also, big ups to our Patreon and YouTube membership family for all of their support. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, and the subscribe button as well on our campaign to get 15,000 subs. We getting close. Help us out. With that being said, man, listen, hit the like button, sub button, share button, notification button, all the damn buttons, light them up. And I'm going to holler at y'all with a new report. Much love, peace, and who that to you? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehootdatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to The Pro Shop, where we create authentic, NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping The Pro Shop, The Pel Shop, or The Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.